Good evening. Good day. Anywhere you are. Here is your daughter again, Joke Ade. My program, Kilonsele. Kilonsele, what is happening? I'm back tonight to continue the program on women, on mistake women make in relationship. Um, as usual, I'm not going to take much of your time because I still have Yoruba program later after this program. And even with that, I have another meeting after Yoruba program. Well, thank you very much for your support. I saw all your messages from last week that you've been expecting me to do the English program last week. But unfortunately, because of the time, couldn't make it. So let me go straight to the point. Okay. Last week, is it? No, week before, I stopped at mistake of frustration. Maybe I should quickly go back to that so that I can remind you where I stopped last 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks ago? No. Well, about mistake of frustration. I think I've read this one, but I will go back a little bit. As said earlier, this stage you hated most in your relationship, but you have got here. Just as said earlier, because of what you have done or cover up in the past. More often than not, when we have encounter with people and ended up in affectionate relationship with them, we often do little to cross-check certain emotional qualifications or expectations that are yet to be made known to us. Time alone have the power to reveal this, and when it does, certain things we never bargained for will suddenly crop up in our hearts, and all will become a pain upon our hearts. Like the case with Debbie, who was in a relationship with Kunle, a colleague with whom she first has a swing when she joined the company she now works with. Of course, Kule is a young accountant with smart outlook and promising career. He is the dream of any young woman of marriageable age. As both young partners were progressing on life and career, the company, being a multinational company, promoted Kunle and sent him out of the vicinity. There was no way Debbie could follow him to such place as the United Kingdom, so he decided to hold on the promise of when Kunle will return from his 6 month overseas training he went for. Both lovebirds keep contacting one another for the first month, until it got to a time and Debbie could no longer get across to Kunle's phone. Her frustration grew in the few weeks that followed to their maximum height, and then she cannot contain the silence any longer. She asked friends to advise of what she must do, which most of us normally. The friends took her to their prophetess, who claimed that Kunle, as she can see, is in another hot romance where he is now. She claimed that Kunle left the country along with others who were shortlisted by the company and that Kunle had took advantage of the closeness he had with one of his colleagues to ask her out, and the two presently fond of one another. I think something has crashed this, so I don't know what is there. Presently found found one of one another. Pardon me. Debbie was quick to claim she had been seeing the sign in her dreams these few weeks and that the prophetess only confirmed her fears. Now, what is the way forward? Asking. Of course, she is frustrated. She feels she has been betrayed by Kunle, and she knew it that men are never trustworthy. Left alone when they are in absence, they can do and undo. The young lady could not contain her annoyance, and she did not know when she gave in to the temptation of peeping an ex-boyfriend who had been on her heels for some time. She went to her ex place and intimacy grew between the two in no time. Finally, Kule, who had been away for more than 7 months, reappeared on Debbie again. He is now resuming at the head office and not the same branch where he had stayed in the past with Debbie. However, he came to pay Debbie surprise visits the second weekend she arrived the country. But he was embarrassed when he met Debbie and her ex-boyfriend in a compromising position. Debbie was equally shocked to see Kunle out of the blue that day. Kunle quickly excused himself and got out of the place as fast as his legs could carry him on away. He he kept thinking, what on earth has come over Debbie in such a short period of his absence? Asking himself. Debbie was really shocked when she saw Kunle. He was the last person she hoped to see or have as visitor that weekend. She became disconnected immediately as she put her clothes together, trying to run after Kunle to the gate. The young man had zapped Debbie. Debbie hated herself the very moment. Her ex-boyfriend, who was also embarrassed by the same scenario, dressed up and left at that same moment. The two men left the young women to figure out a crisis. Now Debbie is on the path of losing both men. Remember the part that in friends had played in Debbie's going back to her ex-boyfriend's substitute subsidized. If you are if you are a friend to Debbie, what will you advise her to do in her present frustration? That's another question, my people. Now to the question of the day, what advice do you have for Debbie? What if what happened to Debbie happened to you? What will you do? Try to answer the question so that you can have a good idea of solving relationship problems. That is a question asked by a friend at loversneed.com. A site that connects young people seeking love and material relationship. Of course, the advent of internet has solved a whole lot of problems. Sometimes it might even create more problem as well. And you can testify to this as well. Who knows, maybe it will also provide an important answer to something very important that you need to know, as it has been doing for countless number of people, some of whom met their love over the internet and travel overseas as a result. As a result. At least I know of Nigerians who learn to make money online through fastnaira.com and we're doing well. Knowledge is simple, adding to what we always know. Can you see that? Knowledge is simple. This is not a matter of she want them to know her or him. She want to be popular. She want to do this. No. If you know your way, you too, you can try and do the same thing. And try and criticize constructively. If you can't do something, don't pull other people down. Anyway, then how to handle your frustration. So many ladies are known to have messed up their best chance at the right person for their lives through wrong handling of their frustration. Debbie in the story above is at a point of perfect confusion. But whatever she decides to do, right from the moment she comes out of her shock and feelings that she was dreaming, will determine the outcome of her relationship with both Gele and her returning ex-lover. If she, however, refuses to address the problem, her heart will be as heavy as anything. And she will still be carrying her emotional wounds into another relationship or wherever she goes. Debbie will still want to confirm from Kunle what the prophetess had told her as to his escape back in the UK. Had things not went out of hand? More so, Debbie will start to nurse the idea of what Kunle would what Kunle will be thinking of her, and anytime people talk about Kunle wherever she is, fear will fear would come upon her, and if she ever see Kunle, she will feel like her heart want to cut. What a feeling. It is very important that before you also take decision on hearsay, exercise patience. And make sure you ask your fiancé every detail of your suspicions to be on the safer side. Taking decision rashly to suppress your disappointment in the other person is risky, as it simply amount of judgment before the case is tried in the face of the law. It is better to be patient than to regret. Frustration is always a difficult situation in relationship. If you have something against your fiancé that makes you want to quit the relationship, try and consider the view of that part of you that does not want to let go of the relationship, to see if there is anything that can worth your stay with the man in question. Of course, a man that value a woman will stick around long enough to beg and pet when he offends her. But a worthless man who do not deserve your love will just walk away when he had wrongly used you. Use and dump. It is better to determine if he is a user or that he is just an offender. Quits quite often offenders easily see their errors and beg to come back soon afterwards. But users are quick to step out with another future victim. My people, I would like to stop here because of my time. I still have so many things to do tonight, as I've told you at the beginning of the program. So, I would like you to go back, listen to this program, review, and think about it. If you are in a relationship that is rocky, please do not hesitate to leave your comments, whether positive or negative. I'm here to serve you, and I'm ready to take any correction. So, I will leave you now till next week. See you, and God bless. Have a nice, wonderful week. Thank you very much for listening.